It's a little painful to even make this video, but let's just make it anyway. So here are 10 pieces of designer clothes and shoes that I regret purchasing. Let's start with this wool coat from Dada, and this is officially the most expensive piece that I ever have bought myself. I got this piece in San Francisco at generis. I spent about $700 freaking dollars on this beautiful 100% wool coat. And it's a really luxurious piece. There's these things in the front that are, I guess, supposed to look like a parachute jacket thing that the military would use or something. And it's heavy as hell. Like even just holding it up for this video, my arm kind of hurts. It does have this really nice hood that's gigantic. It has a cotton lining. But here's the thing, I live in Texas. The winter here can get really freaking cold for like 3 days, but most of the time, I'm not gonna need something this heavy. So I don't really need thick wool coats. I don't know what I was thinking with this. And honestly, it has some really nice details, but like, what the hell are these things? But what's cool about them is you can actually take them off, which to me makes a very usable jacket. And that's why I regret this piece, but I don't regret actually buying it because I think this would actually come in handy. God, it's so heavy. If it actually gets cold or if I'm traveling into a colder area or something, I think something like this would actually be incredible. So I'm not gonna get rid of this, but I do kind of regret purchasing it. So this is the second piece that I regret purchasing, which is a Tekla bathrobe that's 100% organic cotton. I got this from SSENSE on sale for like $80 or something, which is kind of nuts because the quality of this, like the fabric, is nothing short of incredible. It is so soft. I love the black with the white stripes vertical. I think it looks really beautiful. But why the hell do I regret this? I live in Texas, like I don't really need really thick garments almost ever here. And honestly, I just never ended up using it that much. As beautiful as it is, I just can't with this. It's way too thick. That's not the first time I've said that, but it's so soft. I mean, I could wear this as a snuggie maybe? So moving on to this bizarre jumpsuit thing from the designer Jonny Cota, who was on the show Making the Cut. And he made this really cool jumpsuit thing that is in one of the episodes inspired by Japanese street art and streetwear. It's honestly a really cool piece. The fabric feels pretty nice, like kind of a canvasy texture. It has a lot of really cool details, and I can see the Japanese streetwear kind of influence in there. But I never ended up wearing this piece, and I think it's because, number one, I got the wrong size for me. Like this is an XL, and I should have gotten like a medium because this thing is humongous. And when I put it on, I feel like I instantly look like I'm about to turn into a ghostbuster, which is kind of a cute look, but for me, it's just not my vibe, and it's just way too big. And these pockets, while they look really cool, it's like this faux leather, I believe, and honestly, they're not very practical. And pockets like on the knee made it feel really weird when you take a step in this, like it crunches down on the fake leather. This piece was a really good lesson in making sure I got the right fit and also taking correct measurements for my body and stuff, something I did not do before I purchased this. All right, so moving on to tops, this is a beautiful shirt from Marni. I picked this up from the Real, I think for about $180. It's 100% cotton and it's a gorgeous shirt, but I never wore this once. I think the problem with the shirt for me is this brown is like a little too close to my skin tone. So when I put it on, it kind of gave me this nude kind of vibe. And I don't know, maybe I could have tried it with different types of fits, but I just never found a good use for this shirt. And I kind of wish this was the front of this shirt too, because I think this is actually the most interesting part. The sleeves are also kind of cool too, but it just fit on me weird and I never wore it. Goodbye, beautiful Marni shirt. And another shirt that I regret buying is this beautiful Comme des Garçons shirt. And it has this crazy pattern that's like printed on there. It's just mind-bending, mind-numbing. I got this on the Real for like $160 or something. And I'm a huge fan of CDG, but I didn't even wear this once because I bought this right when I started kind of this all black movement in my wardrobe. I made a whole video about that, check that out. And yeah, this shirt arrived right when I was just like, you know what? I just don't want to do color for a little while. I want to try all black, see how it feels. It's been months and I've been wearing all black for the most part. Like the previous wardrobe that I was wearing was very clowncore, like hyper color, super queer, super like a little in your face. I wanted to apparently put as many patterns and colors, the shirt included, together as possible without a whole lot of intention other than just being incredibly loud, I guess, and kind of circus-like. But I just feel like I don't vibe with this as much anymore. It's more like a work of art. I feel like this could be on the wall. But yeah, I didn't wear it and I kind of regret buying it, honestly. Sorry, Ray. And another very clowncore kind of piece is this beautiful top from Henrik Vibskov that I actually bought from his boutique in Copenhagen. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I think this style is called the crunch shirt. I think it's a mix of organic cotton and polyester that's kind of a thicker fabric, so it feels kind of like a jacket or a light coat or this really nice elevated shirt. And it's a gorgeous shirt. I actually wore this several times. I feel like this is another one of those pieces that is like the previous version of me that I guess I'm kind of shedding like a snake sheds its skin. I'm such a freaking poet. No, I'm not. I suck. And honestly, the colors just aren't really me anymore. This shirt always kind of made me feel like I was wearing pajamas outside, which is kind of a vibe actually, but in this case, it felt a little too much like pajamas to me, and it felt kind of distracting in that way, and I didn't feel super confident wearing this. So yeah, I love this piece, but I just stopped wearing it. Another freaking clowncore piece is this crazy pair of Moschino pants. I got these ridiculous and beautiful pants from the RealReal for something crazy low, like $120. This is Moschino Couture as well, so I was kind of surprised I got this at that price. Jeremy Scott was obviously behind these pants, and the cotton is just gorgeous on this. Like, it's just beautifully constructed. So they're a beautiful piece, but they're incredibly hard to style because they take over like every freaking outfit, which I guess is kind of the point of these because obviously they're incredibly loud. They draw a lot of attention, which is a good thing and a bad thing if you're trying to pair this with stuff. Basically everything you wear is going to be ridiculous at that point, which is a vibe, and I totally was down with that. Keyword on was though, because this doesn't feel like me at all anymore. This transformation of my wardrobe from this hypercolor stuff to an all black or mostly black changed my perspective on my clothes, as well as the types of fabrics and stuff that I've been buying. A lot more natural fibers, much more realistic pieces as well in terms of the thickness of the fabric because I live in such a hot climate. I'm buying lighter stuff, and these pants are actually this really thick cotton. But yeah, wearing something once and then it just collecting dust in my closet is not a good thing, so I totally regret buying these. A second pair of pants that I regret buying are these really beautiful Y3 Adidas Yohji Yamamoto track pants. And there's nothing really super crazy about these. I bought these for, I think, around $200 when I was in Paris. I actually went to the Y3 store in Paris. They feel really high quality. They're also stylish as hell because they have that beautiful Yohji drape. I'm actually a huge Y3 stan, so it actually kind of pains me to talk negatively about a product, but I don't really like track pants. I think that's the reason why I regret buying these. I'm not usually wanting to wear polyester, not really breathable pants, which is weird because they're track pants, but they're not super breathable. I wore these to the gym recently to be like, suck it up, Ben. You're gonna wear these to the gym. You're gonna exercise in them. I got really freaking sweaty and they were really uncomfortable and I could not wait to take them off. They're just a little too hot for me. And this poly texture, it's a little staticky. And again, I just wanna wear more natural fibers, more breathable stuff. So I kind of regret this purchase. Ugh, everything that I'm showing you is heavy as hell. My arm is killing me, y'all. The things we do for YouTube. So moving on to shoes, I have this pair of Balenciaga Triple S. I got these on the RealReal for an incredible price, $110 or something. They fit true to size. I got a 43. They fit me like a glove. They feel insanely substantial and incredibly well built. And I think they look really freaking incredible. But I regret these because they're so freaking heavy, which made them really uncomfortable for walking around long distances. Like every step just feels like you are stomping down and making a freaking scene, and they make a lot of noise when you walk too, so they get a lot of attention. I mean, obviously you don't get something like this to be subtle, and it's definitely kind of a clowncore vibe. Like these would actually look really nice with those Moschino pants, honestly. But because they're so huge, oversized, and heavy, it makes them incredibly impractical. And I ended up just not wanting to wear them as much. And driving in these is near impossible and actually quite dangerous. So I would definitely not recommend Balenciaga Triple S best sneakers if you are driving a lot or even walking a lot. Plus this colorway is a little too loud for me now, like wearing more subdued, more minimalistic kind of stuff. It really clashes and sometimes elevates, but mostly clashes with a lot of the all black looks that I've been wearing. So as much as I love these Balenciaga Triple S sneakers, I think they got to go. And the final thing I regret purchasing, I don't even own anymore, and that is every single pair of Doc Martens that I ever tried, just Doc Martens in general. Long story short, I ended up buying like seriously 14 different pairs of Dr. Martens boots. From vintage stuff to new stuff, I just could not get them to fit right. Something about them always felt too big or too snug and too narrow and then too long or too wide. Like I could just never find that right pair, and eventually I just freaking gave up and I was like, Dr. Martens are maybe just not for me. And they honestly felt plasticky. They felt kind of cheap for the amount of money you're putting into them. And I was seeing other boots that were about the same price that looked a lot better quality, even from designer and more luxury kind of brands, especially if you're buying on the secondhand market, which is what I typically buy, because I'm trying to shop more sustainably and with more intention, so I don't just buy a bunch of random crap that I ended up not even using, because I want to be way less wasteful and impactful on the environment. My intention is to have a smaller, more curated, and more minimalistic, mostly black, all black wardrobe that is as beautiful as it is functional, but that also gets me in the mentality of not over consuming, not being capitalistic as hell all the freaking time. And shopping less is also a huge goal of mine. Part of this process that took over a year for all these pieces was this like obsessive searching and filtering and buying and trying on things and returning things that didn't work out and just spending a ridiculous amount of money on stuff that didn't really even feel like me. So I do regret buying a lot of these pieces, but I feel like if you relate to this feeling of buying too much and then being like, oh, why did I do that? Like, go easy on yourself. Life is a journey. Life is about having fun and experimenting with things. By going through these motions and experimenting, you will find the pieces that actually resonate with you, that actually feel like authentically you. And as obsessive as this whole shopping adventure was for me, and kind of still is, it's actually been a lot of fun. And wearing these pieces out was really fun. Finding them was really fun. I totally get why people get obsessed with shopping. It's just really freaking addictive and fun. But I don't want that to be like the end game is just to shop and then buy things and then feel satisfied. I want to embrace the capsule wardrobe that I have and then be able to declutter and get rid of the things that I kind of regret buying. And if you watched all the way to the end of this video, leave a bat emoji in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Smash all the buttons and I will see you in the next video.